This is a TED Talk, a platform to communicate ideas, where I talk and you all listen. But before I start, let me warn you. At any point, you guys start checking your phones, feel distracted, wander off thinking about next week's office deadlines, feel sleepy, feel confused. Perfect. I would have proved my point. Because in today's hyper-connected world, communication is doing a great job of miscommunication. We humans, we love to call our ability to communicate as our greatest superpower. It's our ability to share ideas, build bridges between minds, turn thoughts into connection, the very fabric of our civilization. But somewhere along the way, this superpower has started to betray us. The very same words that once united tribes, built nations, inspired revolutions, now spark division, mistrust, silence. History shows wars have ignited not only by weapons, but from words misheard. Families have fractured, not because of what was said, but because what was understood. Miscommunication isn't just a mistake. It is the quiet architect of chaos. The greatest risk to humanity today is not that we cannot speak. It is that we no longer know how to listen. Just a quick show of hands. How many of you here today have been in conversations where midway through you realized the other person was not listening at all? Just show of hands here. See? Now, how many of you will admit that you have also been that person? See? We're all guilty. Okay. Let me also show you one word, the very same word, which can mean multiple different things depending on who and how it is heard. Let me take the example of the word fine, the word that every therapist fears. My daily dilemma, the conversations between me and my wife. Wife walks in, I ask her, "Hey, how are you?" One word response, "Fine." What do I hear? "Great, she's fine. I have survived today." Really? What she really meant was, the fact that you don't know what's wrong is wrong. Okay, my weekend dilemmas, the one where the teenage daughter and mother are conversing. Friday afternoon, daughter comes back from school. Wife asks, "How is school?" Again, the one-word response, "Fine," triggers panic buttons. Phones get confiscated. The entire family gets grounded for the weekend. Why? Because my wife thinks something seriously wrong with the studies. Whereas What my daughter really meant was she was exhausted, emotionally drained, and she didn't want any follow-up questions. Today afternoon, just overheard a conversation. A student getting out of the exam hall meets his teacher. Teacher asks, "Hey, how did the exam go?" Again, the same word, "Fine." What did the teacher hear? "Ha, I'm going to see him again in my class next year." What the student really meant, I did about 65% of the paper. God help us both with some lenient corrections. Now you see, the same one word, "fine," which was supposed to emotionally connect, simply results in disconnection. Remember the movie PK? The one with Amir Khan with his antenna-like ears picking up every signal around him? If PK were to join our conversations today, he would tilt his head and say, "You hear the words, but you don't understand the meaning." He would run back to his spaceship, shouting, "I found the signal, I found the signal," but there's no real connection. If you observed, PK listened with innocence, no bias, no filter. But we humans, we spend our entire lives misunderstanding each other, that too with full confidence. The thing is that we think talking is communicating, which it isn't. Noise is not clarity. Volume is not meaning. And the human bias, that's the real villain. We hear what we fear. We hear what we already believe. We hear what matches our mood and not what was said. Everyone is busy loading the next sentence even before understanding what was just said. We all are basically acting like miscommunicating telecommunication towers. Full signal bars, zero data transfer. The strange part is that today, we are surrounded by more communication than any generation before us. Yet, we understand each other much less than ever. We live in a world filled with noise, notifications, reactions, opinions. Everyone is talking louder, but listening softer. We have become experts at responding, but amateurs at receiving. The thing is, we are no longer communicating to connect. We communicate to defend, win, prove, or just to finish a conversation and get on with whatever we are doing. In all this noise, the meaning gets lost. Not that the message wasn't unclear, but because the mind was too loud to hear it. Another thought exercise. Just think of the last argument you had, be it with your parent, your sibling, your work colleague, anyone for that matter. Now be honest. When they were talking, were you really listening? Or where you mentally preparing your comeback speech like a lawyer in a high court drama. Arguments today are not conversations. It is basically two people waiting for their chance to attack. Fights today are not about what was said. It is the story you told yourself about what was said. Communication, our greatest superpower. It was supposed to unite us. Today, miscommunication is the chaos engine that is running our lives. Listening has become optional, like a software we forgot to update. It takes patience, humility, and courage to accept that we are wrong. That explains why nobody uses it. If aliens were to study humanity's downfall, they may not find some weapons or robots. It would be a text message which states, do whatever you want, and somebody actually did. So, talking isn't the real superpower. The ability to hear the real meaning behind those words is the superpower. So, before the next misunderstanding destroys whatever is left of human sanity, let's break the silence. Let's channel our inner PK. Let's listen with curiosity. Let's listen without filters. Let's listen to connect. Thank you.